Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the A1-BUL-1 cabinet lock installation jig or template. This is a piece of equipment that will permit you to properly mark, or at least assist you in drilling for cabinet locks, cam locks. This will allow you to set the unit based on different back sets from the center of the hole it will allow you to drill for your typical 3/4 inch and even larger diameter hole. Now below this video is some additional information. And let's go over it now. Manufactured of aircraft-grade aluminum alloy and steel bushings, this jig is designed to install two styles of cabinet locks. And what that really means is it has the bushing installed already. If we were to remove or loosen the set screws, you'd be able to push those bushings out on either side. Okay. The way it's going to come right now, you're going to do a 3/4 inch cam lock. You remove the bushings, that will give you an 1.125 to 1.25 cam lock. The ID of the hole with the bushing is 0.782 on the inside. An Allen wrench is included with the kit, and I'm going to simply loosen this Allen wrench, or the set screw, and I'll be able to pull that out, and that's what your bushing looks like. Obviously that groove is where the set screw goes into. Now the ID of the hole here, 1.274. 1.274. Okay, we're going to put that bushing back in, and obviously you have two of them. A1's cabinet lock installation jig is a locksmith tool that is sure to impress. It is made of aircraft-grade aluminum alloy with steel bushings, giving this jig the capability to install two types of cabinet locks. This installation jig comes with two bushings to accommodate those aforementioned locks. There is a link below this video to the installation instructions, which are included with the installation fixture. The Allen wrench I found taped down to the opposite side, the marketing side of the installation instructions. And let's take a quick breeze at the installation instructions. The jig has a clamping range of 7/16 up to 1.25 inches. Okay, so they're saying you can get down to 7/16 up to 1.25 inch material thickness by turning this knob. The jig has been manufactured to assist the technician when installing locks in 3/4, 7/8, 1.125, and 1.25 cross bore holes. You only get one set of bushings, so it's, to me, having used installation templates a lot, it's unclear how that, since you have one set of bushings, justifies that language. It is the responsibility of the technician to determine the crossbore location for the cabinet door drawer, or the cabinet door or drawer. This determination is based on the bolt or cam and should be taken into consideration prior to drilling. Once properly located, use the hash marks that are in 1/8 of an inch increments and place the jig with the door in the desired back set. So what they're saying is you've got your center line, and if you were going to pull these bushings out and do a 7/8 hole, you have to be mindful that I'm just tightening my set screws on my bushings, you have to be mindful that the center line of the template and then your back set in 1/8 of an inch increments is what's going to be important, not where you would necessarily place your drill bit in the center of it or through the hole. You have to be mindful that the center of your drill point needs to be the center of the hole based on whatever back set you're using. At least how it occurs to me. Keep in mind that when enlarging an existing hole to a larger hole, the cam bolt lengths will generally be different. Quite often you may be enlarging an existing application and the new hole may not be on the same center line as the original. Be mindful of what you're drilling is what it's saying. The 1¼ bushing is designed to accommodate 1 1/8 and 1¼ cam locks, including IC interchangeable core style cam locks. The security technician is responsible for properly locating the hole, and the jig will provide a significant time saver when used properly. Absolutely, it will be a very nice tape measure, but if you've got a hole that you're pulling the bushings out, the center line needs to be the center line, so to speak, okay? Before placing the jig onto the door, back off the thumb screw and determine if you will need to remove the reducer bushings. Before removing the reducing bushing, loosen the set screws several turns. We recommend that the use of a protective layer sheet of paper between the door and the jig. You clamp this down onto a piece of wood. While this is clean on the inside of here, you might want, I don't know that a piece of paper is what you want. I might opt for a thin piece of MDF, something more in that range perhaps. And I would also very likely test the equipment on a piece of wood. You don't want to mark the face of the material when you're just installing cabinet locks. So you're going to want to make sure that when you're clamping it down, there's nothing sharp. I can feel that there are things here that will very likely make contact with the door, the drawer or door. I have even taken templates and I've literally filed the face of the material down, like in a tool used for restyling wood doors. If I had a large aluminum angle that my plunge router was attached to, I would literally take my orbital sander or and sand down the aluminum. I would soak that in material, get all the particulate off. And even then, I would still have to lay masking tape on the inside of the face. So I would definitely treat this before I started clamping it down and running. Meaning I would know exactly if it was going to leave any unintentional marks. This template, as it stands right now, in my opinion, will. So be mindful of that. Okay, now, slipping the jig over, loosening the 5-point knob, sliding over, tightening it after you've got the location properly marked. Maintain this relationship while aligning the edge of the door with the appropriate backset graduation mark. Snug the 5-point knob so that both sides of the jig, and when you tighten it, it does come evenly in the sense of make sure that you are tightening it down so that you're flush on both sides. Tighten the thumb screw so that it contacts the opposite side, and then fully tighten the 5-point latch. So get it down, set your thumb screw, then tighten your 5-point knob is what they're saying. Reinstalling the reducer bushing is just, of course, placing it back, then tightening the set screw once it's nested into the groove around the bushing. There is a legend of all of the different parts that are associated down below. That does tell me the fact that they give them individual part numbers, that you would be able to order those separately. You might get a little overzealous on your bushings or your reducers, and you might need to order those. That would be part number 11. That's part number 11. And then again, page 2 was some marketing information that would be appropriate if you're interested in knowing about other A1 products. Now, I'm a huge A1 fan, and it's because I own some of their locksmithing equipment. In particular, their Pack-a-Punch, their tool that their Pack-a-Punch tool allows you in a pistol grip sort of key cutting machine. It is a handheld machine tool. Would allow you to very easily, very accurately, very reliably, and very predictably cut common keys. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the A1 products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And within there is where you will find their Pack-a-Punch. When I first saw that tool in the early 1990s, I refused to believe that it would be a few $100s, because it seemed to me that it wasn't substantial. Was a tool that I couldn't rely on, because it seemed like, how could this handheld pistol grip tool actually work well? Well, a couple, 3-4 weeks went by, and I said, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And it's because you're lugging equipment to the job site. You've got a $1,000 punch machine that you can't conceal very well. I would walk to the job site with my doctor's bag, and I'd be able to literally remove the cylinders or make manipulations, cut keys, tag things in a small black nylon bag. That handheld key cutter, the Pack-a-Punch, would fit right inside of there. I'll tell you this, I bought that tool, I used it, I set it up and used it, and it worked day 3,000 like it worked day 1. Predictable, reliable, didn't break, repeatable, robust, and accurate. And if you have a need to quickly and easily cut common Schlage keys, I would absolutely suggest that you purchase that tool. Anyway, I'm a fan of A1 because of the quality of their product, but also every single time that I email their tech support, I get an answer. Not only do I get an actual answer, I get an answer by someone who knows the product that they're talking about, and I get an exceptional answer. Anyway, if you have any questions on the A1, this is their part number A1-BUL-1 cabinet lock installation jig, or any other A1 product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much.